to calm down. I'm getting my point across. You talk a lot. Now I'm talking, and I'm letting the people know how I feel about the Gucci situation.
Okay,
and that's how I feel about it. I don't feel there's no excuses, so I'm not going to sit up here and give you no scenario about Keisha and this and no. The nigga did some sucker. She don't write his lyrics. He went in that studio and laid them lyrics down himself. He wrote those bars and all that. It was some corny Gucci. It was some sucker.
I agree.
Free Pooh Shiesty and Big W.
Uncle Murder just had a crash out on Yayo and boss up on him after he realized that Yayo was playing these fake industry games during the podcast. The entire conflict started when Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder is discussing this Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane situation. Now, Uncle Murder is under the assumption that him and Tony Yayo are street dudes who don't condone snitching on any level. So Uncle Murder is going hard on Gucci while he realized that Tony Yayo is still trying to maintain their relationship with Gucci.
Allegedly. But I feel like he's not even supposed to be in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Not with a record like FDO out. Nah.
Coney, man. Free Pooh Shiesty, man.
Yeah, free Pooh Shiesty, free Big 30, free all their co-defendants.
Word up, man.
I know, but you know, like I said, are rappers turning into civilians now after a certain amount of money? Because that's what it's seeming like. Rappers are turning into civilians. Business is business. You heard him on the Breakfast Club say Keisha Kior handle all the business. So you already know. No.
Yeah, she can handle your business, but you don't lose your street. You don't lose your street.
I understand. I'm not arguing with that. I'm just explaining to you that if Keisha
Yayo ready to grow.
Yayo growing. He got a trust fund or something like that. He passport boys, man.
I'm talking about he's ready to elevate past that mentality.
Yeah, the streets.
But he tiptoeing around it. I can see it already. He's like, freedom.
Yeah, but he's saying,
because he know in his right mind, the Gucci did the right thing.
All facts.
He know it. I ain't even got to see this or what it's about, but I can tell already. Murder's still on some other stuff.
Right.
He said it with his chest.
Yeah.
That's how he feel.
Right.
Which is whatever. I think it's stupid, but you know.
And they're entitled to their opinions.
You're entitled to your opinion, but you can tell. Yayo don't mean that stuff. But Yayo was, I hate to say it, yo, let me be honest and
be honest, son.
Yayo a yes man, yo. I think even with murder, Yayo know how to go along. The way I seen 50 treat Yayo in some situations, Yayo is willing to go along and get along.
All facts. With 50 Cent?
He'll keep his feelings to himself. I can tell,
suppressed.
I can tell right now, Yayo is smart enough. Come on, man. He always bragging about going around the world and all the stuff he doing and this and the third. He knows. To do that, you gotta be a civilian, nigga.
Yeah, all that.
Just got with him.
Right. All that street robbing and lobby boys and all that.
Nah, that shit's so. Yayo been in jail twice.
And he old.
And he old and he living good now.
Man.
And when you hear him talk, he's not unintelligent. He know goddamn well Gucci did the right thing.
Man. All facts.
And
when it comes down to it.
So right here you can tell he being disingenuous. Very, very, very phony. They should have just had the argument, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, again, they're entitled to it. Yeah.
But I don't feel like that nigga no. Anyway, let's let it go.
Wow. Nah.
Going hard on Gucci while he realized that Tony Yayo is still trying to maintain their relationship with Gucci.
Allegedly. But I feel like he's not even supposed to be in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Not with a record like FDO out. Nah.
Coney, man. Free Pooh Shiesty, man.
Yeah, free Pooh Shiesty, free Big 30, free all their co-defendants.
Word up, man.
I know, but you know, like I said, are rappers turning into civilians now after a certain amount of money? Because that's what it's seeming like. Rappers are turning into civilians. Business is business. You heard him on the Breakfast Club say Keisha Kior handle all the business. So you already know. No.
Yeah, she can handle your business, but you don't lose your street. You don't lose your street.
I understand. I'm not arguing with that. I'm just explaining to you that if Keisha Kior, his wife, handles all the business, right? She said that on the Breakfast Club. Like, yo, he's not mentally stable. I handle all his stuff. Sometimes, medication.
She said all that? He's not mentally stable?
She was saying a lot of stuff on Breakfast Club, right? Let me finish. Because you make me lose my train of thought every time you do that.
I know she said he was mentally stable.
She says anything that gets signed or any business has to go through her.
I understand what Tony Yayo is saying, but from Uncle Murder's perspective, he's seeing this as if Tony Yayo is trying to make an excuse for Gucci. But what like Tony Yayo was saying is like, hey, bruh, this man got a wife at home. The wife, has a lot of authority in this relationship and in the business dealings. Like, Gucci is going to listen to his wife over his homies. Gucci is going to go with what his wife wants, as we have seen. The wife is damn near his caregiver. So if Gucci told, it's because the wife is in his ear. Understand that. Now, I'm under the perspective of I don't care what the reason was. I think Gucci is 100% justified. I'm telling, right? From the very fact of they wouldn't do this to a white executive. They wouldn't expect a white executive to hold it down. And if you won't expect Leo Cohen to get robbed and not tell the police, then you shouldn't expect Gucci Mane to get robbed and not tell the police at a business meeting with them white folks, man. Cut it out.
So, I said that in our video too.
Yeah, all facts.
Man, they don't do that to nobody else. Plus, he not there. He's just not there in his life. That's part.
He in another place. Yeah, he in another place in his life.
And like Yayo said, are we to the point where rappers are civilians? You should be right away.
Goddamn right.
Of course, I know it takes some growing, and y'all gotta go to jail a few times and get spanked and shot and all that other dumb stuff. But I'm sure Gucci had enough of that. What was he supposed to do? What would y'all have him do? Uncle Murder.
Take it to the streets.
Take it to the streets. Then he
shoot up his mama house.
And then you could say, free him. You can be like, free Gucci. Come on, man.
That's stupid.
Tony Yayo tries to explain the wife angle, but Uncle Murder is getting agitated gradually until he just finally blows up.
You can look that up, Eddie. Any business, any contract has to go through her. You think she's thinking about beef in business? If she handles all of the finances and the paperwork with him doing deals, right? Legally. Of course she's going to say, I'm going to put my family over Pooh Shiesty, and you know what? I want my ring back because my ring costs $50,000. That watch costs $100,000. We gonna claim that on insurance.
He's supposed to go get it back in blood, man.
I feel you.
Shiesty voice.
He's not. We're not talking about Gucci.
She can't. That situation happened with Gucci. You bringing Keisha in it.
You're not letting
and
me
that's
finish.
cool
You
that you bringing Keisha in it. But even though she handled the business, he's the man, yeah. That's the
I
man.
understand, but you're
that's
not.
Gucci,
I'm
man.
not. Listen, I'm not arguing with you. You act like I'm siding with what you're saying.
I'm saying that's Gucci.
I'm telling you, Ed. This is what he's not understanding. If his girl is saying he's not stable, this is what he's not understanding. If his girl is saying he's not stable, he was on medication or whatever. Maybe
so it was revealed that he has like a mild case of schizophrenia and bipolar disorder.
Okay, there you go. Right? Yeah. She on paper handles all the business. Right? Eden is a civilian. Of course. Right? Now, Eden, you're a civilian,
I'm
right?
a civilian, yeah.
Yes, you're a civilian, right?
Yeah.
Now, if your wife handles all the business because you're mentally ain't right, and something like this allegedly happens with a robbery, a jury, and forcing them to sign a contract, she's not thinking about them niggas. She's thinking about her family.
Her name ain't in the paperwork. In these police statements, her name ain't in that paperwork.
I know her name ain't in the paperwork. I'm not blaming her, but what I'm saying is, who do you think is swaying his mind to being a new Gucci if you're a civilian? Oh, no, this is business. We gonna make money off him. That's why he's saying, yo, you...
Man, stop trying to explain that shit. He told. He's a civilian, somebody robbed him, he told.
There's a bigger picture here.
Gucci Man, as you know him, does not exist anymore. Fat Gucci dead. This is the clone. Whatever y'all want to say. He told.
Allegedly.
He's a grown man.
Man, the clone, man.
And it's time for Yayo to get him up under 50. It's time for him to stand on his own 2 feet.
Who, Yayo?
Stashing that bread.
He not gonna do that.
I'm telling you, because he's not an unintelligent dude.
Nobody
he knows better. He knows better, and that's what makes it. It's one thing when the dumbass kids are saying stuff like this. It's something else where a dude that been down, that been through some shit, and done built himself up, and done got the good positions, and had duck and all that other bullshit you always
caviar and all that shit.
Caviar and all that. You swinging around the world, and you know what the bottom feel like. For you to still condone the stop snitching stuff it's corny, man.
Do I think Yayo should get from underneath for 50?
Yeah, he got to stand on his own feet so he could be his own man.
It's nothing wrong with that. I respect, but what I'm telling you is loyalty. We coming now. What it boils down to is loyalty, and this is how I see it. Yayo is loyal to 50. Now, Uncle Murder, like you said, he new to the fold. You need to get away from that. He need to get away from that concept. We like, yo, the street code, blood, and all that. Look, man, you keep that, man. That's where Yayo's standpoint should be. Look, it's a bigger picture here. With this whole Gucci Mane and his lady thing, like you said, they weren't the only ones that got robbed. There was other people in there that got robbed too. Right. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even bring the insurance aspect of it, like you said, with the ring and the watch and all that other stuff, and signing of the contract. No doubt, 100%. So do I think Yayo should turn his back on 50 or cut ties with 50? No, I don't. If that's his man, he rock with his man. He rock with his man. But Uncle Murder, man, get out of here with all that street shit. You too old for that. These dudes is too old for that, man.
All right, first of all, when I was saying cut ties with 50, I don't mean cut them off. I said get out from under them. Men, stop relying on 50 to pay your bills.
They doing their own little podcast thing.
That's what I'm saying. So you should be able to say what's true to you.
He is.
First of all,
he tiptoeing around it.
50 feel like that. 50 call motherfuckers snitches on the goddamn on the internet every day. If that would have happened to 50, I guarantee 50 would have called the police.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
He a mogul.
Yeah. Of course he got super dumb security, but some of the security probably is police. Come on.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Come on now. But let's say for some reason he got caught in a weird situation.
They gonna tell.
And some people robbed him and his lady.
50 Cent gonna tell.
Come on, man.
He probably got paperwork out there somewhere.
Come on, and I'm not even accusing him of nothing or whatever.
Nah, we ain't, none of that. But it's what it is.
Put it like this: if he gonna either tell or he gonna take it, he damn sure ain't gonna be dumb enough to put no money on nobody's head, get it back in blood, and all this crazy stuff. This little dude talking, that's crazy. If he do, he's
an idiot.
I thought he was.
Yeah. Who, Uncle Murder?
No, I'm saying if 50 were to do something that's ridiculous, if 50 were to handle something like that
on a street level.
He not the guy we all think he is.
Yeah, he's smarter.
I got a lot of respect for 50 in his business acumen. That's not business like.
No.
Now, like a Crash Dummy, you still signed to me? I want to be like Birdman and Cash Money.
Even that agitated Uncle Murder that Tony Yayo is like repeating the lyrics to the Gucci song. Uncle Murder, like, bro, you're repeating the lyrics too much, bro. Like, you defended him already, saying he had some type of excuse with the mental illness and the white situation.
Shit, I'd have stood on that.
And now you're repeating the lyrics to the song. Nah, you trying to, hold on, bro. You're not about to leave me on this island alone, bro. So Uncle Murder then just blacked out on Gucci Mane and people defending Gucci Mane, but the only person, quote unquote, defending Gucci Mane in front of him is Tony Yayo. So that Tony Yayo takes it personally, and they go back and forth. My thing is, this entire situation is silly. I think, like, during this podcast, they said, yo, like, a rapper needs the streets validation to make it. No, he don't. No, a rapper don't need a... Listen, in 2026, a rapper don't need a street validation to make it, homie.
The Tekashi 6ix9ine to the world.
Lil Nas X ain't get street validation. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of them. And also good artists, like the Chance the Rappers. It's a million ways to do it.
Yeah, but their careers wasn't built like Chance the Rappers. Not Gucci Mane and them.
No, what I'm saying is, these days, you don't need that. There's ways around that. There's ways around it.
No doubt.
Do Travis Scott got? I'll wait, bro. I'll wait. Now, Drake got the streets because Drake came up in a different era. Drake came up in like, you needed the street validation in 09. In 2026, you don't need no street validation, bro. Yo, what street validation do Ian got? Not one. All right, but Uncle Murder call out Tony Yayo for rapping the Gucci Mane lyrics a little too much, man. Because he kind of peeped what Tony was doing. Like, Tony was trying to still call Gucci a rat and keep it street while at the same time trying to maintain the relationship by saying, I like Gucci.
That's what
you're repeating these lyrics too much for me. I don't
think I like the record.
I'm not feeling.
He sound like
Gucci.
a civilian.
But he can't. You can't sound like a civilian after being a gangster for 20-some years.
Why not?
Because some street happened to you.
Well, my point
That's
is,
what I'm saying. Some street to this
I
nigga.
agree.
Now he want to sound like a civilian.
Why not?
You said why not?
Yeah, why not? He been stopped on street stuff.
Who, Gucci Mane? Yeah, he ain't doing that. Nigga from going around on yachts, private jets, and all that. He married. He married man with a family.
Yeah.
And now niggas want to try to push the narrative on some Keisha.
Who's pushing?
Him or whoever they try to say Keisha making them do it?
Look. I'm telling you, look, I'm not saying nobody's making them do it, right? I'm just telling you that in the real world, you have street and you have people that don't care about that. Yeah. She's a person that obviously don't care about that. She made him not care about that. That's what I'm saying, because if his niggas was around, right? If his niggas was around, they would have told him, nah, you can't do that. His niggas obviously ain't around. Because they say 87% of men that have a girlfriend forget about their friends. That nigga ain't got his friends around. She's in his ear saying, duh, 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 duh. So you know the narratives that she's on the Breakfast Club saying, yo, I run this, I run that, I signed the business. He's not mentally straight to do it. There's times where I had to do stuff. He went to the hospital. There's times where I had to sign contracts. I keep it going. She's saying, these niggas, we want our money. There's no narrative. I'm just telling you.
Well, he went and signed them statements. It's looking like they got Pusha.
And I'm not agreeing. Right, look, and I'm not agreeing with that at all.
I said he went and laid them vocals down. She ain't laid.
No one else is stupid about that mentality.
Let me hear
you'd rather have Pusha shot
than correct it and go to jail.
Than going to prison. Because that's what your option says. You get it in blood. So you rather have him and shot up,
or his family, his pops as well. Yeah.
You'd rather have that happen than a person who committed a crime go to prison.
Well, this nigga MC name is Uncle Murder.
Right, of course. I grew up with something.
Vocals down in that studio.
No, she was in the studio. The battery in the back.
Them vocals you just spit, all that, whatever he said.
I wasn't spitting.
All that said. All I'm trying to say is she ain't say those lines. She ain't say those. He went in that studio and wrote them lines. She ain't his ghostwriter. So that nigga thought of all that sucker say on them records and said that. That's all I'm saying, brother. Is he did some sucker and even if she got in his head, why you all that? No, I'm just saying because I don't like sucker like that. And I feel bad for
Yo, Hit Dogs is hollering. Uncle Murder ain't say Yayo's name not once, but Yayo, why you yelling? Why you yelling?
Why you saying like that?
Off like that? Why you nah, bro? I agree with you, son. Cause Yayo understands what's happening, and if you've ever been a part of a podcast, you know what's happening. You're recognizing something clip worthy is happening, and you don't even want it to be perceived as if Uncle Murder is being a real street dude and he's going off of Tony Yayo for defending Gucci. Yayo understands that if he don't steps in right now and say, hey, bruh, I agree with what you're doing, that's going to be a title. But yeah.
He should have just went the other way. And that's what I mean by you got to get him up under 50. Because if he went the other way, 50 let him go. He'd be punished. At very least, he'd be punished.
So you stupid saying.
He'd be punishing them niggas. He'd get punished.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut you off for a month.
He'd be grounded. No duck for you.
No private jet. You can't ride the private jet. You gotta ride Spirit, nigga.
All that caviar. None of that. Think about that.
Yeah, you baloney, nigga.
Right.
Yeah.
Sit your ass down. I'm murdered like, damn, see, I told 50. That's what I mean.
So you stupid.
I'm not saying to relinquish their friendship or whatever, but I'm just saying it's time. And he's big enough. People know Yayo to ride on your own ticket, to be like completely detached from 50 when it comes to your finances, because that would give him the freedom to be. I know he don't feel like that, but Yayo don't give a damn about that nigga stitching. In real life, you can tell he don't care.
That is true.
He don't care. He like, yeah, whatever nigga probably come. You can listen to his Vlad interviews and tell Yayo got good sense.
But he got some sense. He got some
about sense. Basic horse sense.
Man.
What to do if a nigga rob
you? Son, peep game though. The other part to this makes for good commentary and to feed the algorithm. Right. So them back and forth, the banter back and forth, this good stuff.
In such a pussy way.
He did, but he just stand on it. Just stand on it.
Just be like Tony Yayo supports snitching. Whatever.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Come right on. I don't give a fuck. He should have called the police. I'd have called the police too. That also would have been a great clip.
That's what I'd have did.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, here we go.
Yayo tries his hardest, man, to kind of like talk Murder from off the rant and from off the cliff. Eventually, Murder tells him, nah, stop trying to interrupt me. Let me crash. But Yayo don't want this Murder rant to keep going because he understands when this get clipped up, it's going to be presented as if Uncle Murder, the real street dude, is crashing out on Tony Yayo for playing industry games and defending Gucci. Even when Yayo said, why you saying it like I like the record or something? Because you do like the record. You kept on repeating the lyrics. You kept on quoting it.
Listen to me.
If you like the Gucci song, it's okay to rap it, bro. Gucci ain't do nothing wrong. Gucci ain't do a goddamn thing wrong, bro.
But he did to the streets.
And Yayo, what's crazy to that? Yayo don't even Yayo, your position and your perspective, like your true perspective, the majority of people agree with you. The majority of people don't agree that somebody that gets robbed at a business meeting should keep it street and get it back in blood. Murder is an anomaly. The street dudes is an anomaly. But Yayo, I guess he's still subject to the street rules.
No,
so
he
he
works
still
for
wants that
50.
validation. So he's terrified and scared that when this clip go viral, street dudes will look at him crazy for defending Gucci.
Who Shiesty and Big 30 and all them niggas and all them niggas that Gucci misled. You know how many niggas that nigga misled for these years I had out here banging and doing all this street selling drugs, killing niggas and doing all this crazy. And
that is true. That is true. But this would be the start of him leading them the other way. Look, I know better now.
Right. I'm gonna show y'all.
That's why he should absolutely go on the stand because of all those years.
Mm-hmm.
All that was BS.
I turned over another leaf.
That was a terrible way to live. People lost their lives. I lost time from my life, away from my children, and all this other stuff.
Tore apart a lot of families with all the drug dealing and the violence and all that.
I'm here now. If you rock with me, this is where we going. If y'all want to stay over there, I'm telling you, I've seen what it produces.
It's not gonna happen though.
I'm just saying. That's also a perspective. It's an option. But this riding the fence thing, it's not good for anybody. And that's why I think Gucci should absolutely take the stand. All that riding, I snitched on paperwork, but I'm not going to do it.
That's what Tony Yayo doing right here. They riding the fence. Just stand on it, man. Look, man,
Right.
it was wrong.
He's standing on it. I'm a crook. I go by crook rules. I'm always a crook.
Wanted in blood. We'll go up, shoot the house up. If the bullets miss and hit a stray car or old lady, that's fine.
Nigga for life.
Nigga for life.
Nigga for life. All right, we get it. Can't be around you though.
rat, now he a civilian because his niggas ain't around. Get the out of here, man. Gucci a sucker. That there was some sucker. And ain't no excuse for his girl now. His niggas ain't around now. He was out here having niggas going crazy. He went in that record. His girl ain't write that record for him. His girl ain't write that record for him.
Look, brother.
His girl ain't. She might have. His girl ain't write that record for him.
You gotta let me talk, brother. You gotta let me.
You been talking. You gotta let me talk. I'm talking. I'm getting my point out right now. You was just talking. However I'm expressing myself, I'm expressing it, brother. Let me talk though, my nigga. You just talk for 10 minutes straight. It's my turn. I'm telling you.
And this is why Yayo should have told the truth from the beginning. At least they could have had a real argument. Now you got to stand there and play bitch.
An argument or a debate?
Well, I mean, that's what I mean, like an actual discourse. Because right now he got to be like, no, but I'm on your side though. Calm down though. I think he a bitch too. I think, not really, Gucci.
Not really.
I think he a bitch too. Instead of just saying, nah, man, you fucking stupid. I think that's the better content.
All facts.
And then, you know, we friends, but we feel differently about stuff.
It's nothing wrong with that.
Expressing it, brother. Let me talk though, my nigga. You just talk for 10 minutes straight. It's my turn. And I'm telling you this Gucci did. I'm telling you the shit that Gucci did. I'm telling you the Gucci did, nigga, with some sucker. And you trying to tell me something.
I'm telling you.
In his head. I don't give a about
no,
that.
I'm
All
telling
I'm trying
you.
to say is that nigga had niggas out here wilding for years. That nigga
just said I agree with you, nigga. Calm down. Why you screaming in the camera right now? Calm down.
I want to scream to calm down. I'm getting my point across. You talk a lot. Now I'm talking, and I'm letting the people know how I feel about the Gucci situation. And that's how I feel about it. I don't feel there's no excuses. So I'm not going to sit up here and give you no scenario about Keisha and this and no. The nigga did some sucker. She don't write his lyrics. He went in that studio and laid them lyrics down himself. He wrote those bars and all that was some corny Gucci. It was some sucker.
I agree. I'm not condoning nothing that. I'm just telling you that my point is a lot of rappers are turning into civilians.
Free them niggas. Free all of them. Free all my niggas. Up in jail.
Now, what my brother say, man, some niggas deserve to be in jail. Some niggas deserve to be locked up. You should be locked up. They don't need to be on the street, man.
Some niggas just need jails. Just like they just need it.
They bored. School, the pipeline, the prison joint.
And nothing that. I'm just telling you that. My point is a lot of rappers are turning into civilians, like I said. I'm far from a civilian, my man. You know that. I've been through wars, nigga. More than half of these rappers in the game. Wars, nigga.
All right, so stop giving
wars.
Stop sounding like you give.
No. For that reason, you value peace.
You should.
At your old ass age. You've been through all this stuff and you know better. It's no way in the hell you still feel like you did when you was 20. If you do, you're an idiot.
Son, here don't stop. Here don't stop comedy. We talk about accountability. And what is our stake that we have to put in with the youth and where society is today? We know we've done things wrong in our past.
Yeah.
We ain't perfect. So that's what brothers, as older gentlemen, these dudes ain't no young. They ain't in their 20s or 30s. It's time to grow, man. Just say, look, man, hey, it was wrong. We know what it is. You know right from wrong. It's just like a stove. The stove is hot. You tell a child, touch the fire. They'll touch the fire because they don't know no better. If you ask to tell a child, touch the fire, no, it's hot. That's because you know better. You know this ain't right, man. They know it ain't right. They want to keep the cycle of the salaciousness going.
Nigga for life.
Nigga for life.
You probably should have got shot in the 90s, but it never worked out.
Son, don't say that.
Thank you.
Glorified Valhalla, nigga.
Know that. I've been through wars, nigga. More than half of these rappers in the game. Wars, nigga.
All right, so stop giving.
Wars.
Stop sounding like you giving.
No.
Yayo following up Uncle Murder's rant with his street resume is a guilty conscience alone because he knows what's going on, bro. Uncle, I've been in wars, Murder. I've been in wars, Murder. How could you say I'm defending Gucci, Murder? Because you was defending Gucci. It's okay. We defending Gucci. You one of us, Murder. Well, sorry, Yayo. You one of us, Yayo. You are one of the common sense brethren. You got common sense. Yo, why are street dudes so afraid to have common sense nowadays, yo? What?
It's not cool.
It's not cool. It's like being stupid. Stupid is cool. We need to make smart cool again.
That's why we can't go nowhere as a people. That was one of our first things we ever said on these mics. It's time to make smart cool again.
It's time to make smart sexy.
At least not even. Look, and the bar is so low. The bar is so low. We're not talking about astrophysics or nothing.
Just have some intelligence, man. Have some decorum.
Like
manners.
Manners, don't bump into nobody. Stop twerking your ass for no reason.
Good morning, how you doing?
You know what I mean?
Just the basics.
Have a regular argument without getting a gun or punching somebody in the
Why
face.
must you kill somebody?
Oh man, ooh, we're failing as a people.
Coochie, balls, drugs, luxury vehicles. Coochie, balls, drugs, luxury vehicles. Coochie, balls, drugs, luxury vehicles. Violence, 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 violence.